What is up, guys? Doing a flight tonight from MSP to RDU in the TFID 717. Been flying this plane a lot lately. It's been a lot of fun to fly. So we'll get going here. We got, like I said, the 717. We're running GSX as well, and we are at Flightbeam's MSP, and we're going down to, I think it's Fly Tampa's RDU. So we're gonna go through the checklist here some. We're coming from cold and dark. I'm not gonna do all of the tests, but I'm gonna get it up and going. Got my tablet here. I got MSP pulled up on here. I was just trying to figure out where I'm at. So there's a runway right there. We're gonna be taking off of 12 right, and we will be coming into RDU. Let me pull up SimBrief here on 05 left. We got about 880 nautical miles. I already sent all my fuel and payload over from the TFID manager already. We're in the AirTran livery tonight. I know it's probably not an actual... Oh, I honestly don't even know what AirTran is. I thought it was just a cool livery. So, let's get some ground power going here. Okay, I got the GPU, I got the door open, got cones, wheel chocks on, all that jazz. Parking brake is set. So let's get the battery on here. GPU, or not GPU, external power on. And we'll get some lights going in here so I can see a little bit better. Turn on the dome light for now as well. Okay, so we got external power on. We're gonna go ahead and get the galley some power. I was messing in here before, so if you see some of this stuff already on, that is why. So we got galley power on already. Set the battery to on. Receive the tablet. Okay, I'm kind of just going over the TFID thing here. We could start the APU, but we're going to delay APU start for now, save a little bit. So after that, we can turn on the nav light. Go to the overhead here. I need to get chase plane or something. I've been watching other people use chase plane. It looks awesome. So we'll turn on the nav, we'll turn on the logo, we'll turn on the right and the left ground. Verify off, beacon light, nose light, landing lights, and high intensity. We've got all those off for now. As required, we'll turn on the dome light. Already did that. Overhead lighting, instrument panel lighting, and the thunderstorm light. Not doing that. So then we get into some of these tests here. Like I said, I'm not gonna really do the tests. I'm just gonna do what I need to have on. So we'll turn on the emergency power here. We'll arm that. Let's see, just going over all this here. We could do TCAS stuff, but I'm not using ATC tonight, so we'll leave that for now as well. Oxygen mask tests, we're gonna skip over that tonight. And then we get into the pre-flight. So we're not starting APU. I'm gonna request an air unit here, get some ground some air going in here. So we will turn on the right and left packs here. There we go, got some nice air flowing in here, cool us off just a little bit. And we need to disarm the emergency lights it's saying on here. Or arm them, excuse me. I really like this plane. I flew a lot of Airbus in the past. And I don't know, this kind of just feels like Airbus to me, so. Let's see, anti-ice on, all that jazz below the given temperature. So, did that. We will get the passenger signs on here, the no smoking signs. Be sure these people are sitting their asses down and not smoking. Smoking's bad. We will go up here to the overhead panel, put our IRS and nav, let those align. Not to let those align because we gotta tell it to align, but we'll put them in nav here. Alright, and then we go down here to the MCDU. We will start this. We'll do the flight plan here. And tonight, like I said, we're going to from KMSP SP to KRDU. Have a co-route in there, so that'll be right there. We're gonna initialize IRS. Tonight our cruise will be 3. What did I say it's gonna be? Put it somewhere in here. We're gonna go to 350. Flight number tonight is AT 3561. CI of 30, I guess. And we're gonna go to page 2 here of the flight plan. We'll put our weights in here. This part always kind of confuses me a little bit with where the weights go. You come into your tablet here. There's your weights there. These are sent over from the desktop TFID app. So the CG tonight is 25.7, so we'll just enter 25.7 over here. In TOCG. And we're going to enter the zero fuel weight, 87.7. 7.7. That goes on the blast in ZFW. And then sometimes it does the gross weight, but that is 112.3. So we'll just put that in the TOGW. Alright, we got that weight in there. We're not carrying any extra fuel for any other flights, so we're going to go ahead and move on from that. We will do the takeoff stuff. 0/0 on the slope. I honestly need to work on that more and figure that out. Oops. Clicked the wrong one there. And we're doing flaps 13 tonight, I'm pretty sure. Outside air temp tonight at MSP. We'll wrong button there. We'll grab that. That's 13 tonight. Need to double check and be sure if that's F or C. Let's pull up the map here. I think it tells you in here. I meant to go to weather actually. I actually wanted to take off in the snow, but I'm gonna say 13F just because I'm not from MSP, but I'm fairly close to it. So it's not exactly the warmest day out. So we're gonna go with 13F. Check our V speeds here. Maybe we'll try flaps 18. Lower our V speeds just a little bit. We're going to have V1 of 127, VR of 132, and V2 of 139. So we will just confirm these V speeds here. That is done. I have a paper checklist here of all this jazz here. So we're just going over this some more tests that we're not going to do. Other radar transponders, logbooks, fuel as required. We got the fuel as required already. We're going to go ahead and check our flight plan here. And tell it that we are taking off from MSP. Obviously runway 12 right via the, looking at sim brief here. Oh gosh, I don't even know how to say this. Say this star, or SID, excuse me. It's at the bottom. Zambro 7. Departure. And only the one transition there, so we're going to be taking that one there. We'll insert that into the flight plan. It wants us to vector from runway 12 right, so I'll take a look at that in a second and see if I'm just going to direct to the next one or what I'm going to do there. But we'll come down and we'll enter our SID. Or star, excuse me, I'm getting these all confused tonight. So we're coming into KRDU. We're gonna do the ILS. I know we're gonna go 05 right. Did I say 05 left? Excuse me. We're gonna do ILS 05 left. And the Alden 1 star. And what is our transition? We're gonna do the ROA transition. We will also insert that into our flight plan. Double check for any discontinuities or goddamn, you know what I'm saying. I've never seen minus on there, but I'm gonna assume that means it wants us below that. Anything below that? I don't have the arrival chart up, but I'm over on FlightAware right now, pulling that up. I really like, yeah, I honestly just switched to prepared, and I'm liking it a lot. It's runs so much better than FSX. I owned Flightbeam MSP over there, and it kind of, honestly, like, I don't have that bad of a computer, but it didn't run that great for me. So, so yeah, MSP runs a hell of a lot better. I also bought Denver from Flightbeam as well. Alright, we're gonna look at the plan here. We will just go direct right there. That all looks pretty good. Let's go up here. We will page through the plan and make sure that it all looks good to us. We'll hit plan up here. This by no means, guys, is a tutorial. I'm just flying through this here. There's our top of descent right there. And we're coming into RDU here. I'll just zoom in some, be sure that you see everything. Looks all good to me. I'm just gonna do direct, even though I'll probably still end up vectoring myself from our departure runway. I'll just put it in here as direct. So remove the vector, remove that, There we are, we're direct from the runway. Okay. Alright, we are on external power now, so we are going to, still on external power, we're going to ask GSX, begin the boarding process, please. Go outside. GSX will come up, they will board our airplane for us. Get all these lovely people on board of our plane. Oh, I thought I had the cargo doors open. Apparently I don't. As you can hear inside the airplane, they are boarding. Oops, that is the wrong button. I meant to do this one. Open the aft cargo door so they can throw those bags aboard. Get us the hell out of MSP, get us making some money. So at this point we are still on external power and air. We will wait a little bit and then we'll be firing up the GPU. Let's go in here, we'll pull up our documents. I really like that they have this tablet in here. You know, even though I still use like SimBrief and all that jazz on my other window, it's really nice to just have all of my documents. I can pull them up in the Sim, and then if I play in VR or something, they're all in there. So we are going to set up we're going to set up our autopilot here. We're going to go, I'll just go like that. We are going to go 117 here. Oops, past it. That is our departure heading. I'm so kind of confused on this, if you set this to V2 plus 10 or if I should just leave it. But I'm going to set it to V2 plus 10, so we'll go 147. I think 2 is 139. Oh, so we'll go 149 then. Oops, wrong one. Don't have departure plates up. We're going to just leave the altitude at 10,000 right now, and we'll take care of that later as we need to. We're gonna see if GSX is actually loading the bags here. Our bags have not arrived yet. I'd like to fire up the APU and get that show on the road, but I'll wait just a second. So just double checking here. We're not quite ready for pushback yet. I'm all caught up. Oh, excuse me. All caught up until then, so we will just wait a little bit longer. Man, the textures in Prepared 3D with Flight Beam is just amazing. I can't say enough good stuff about how well they've done. I want to get all of their scenery, honestly, but it's good. It's expensive if you're buying a lot of it, but it's good. Like, you can see the cars out there in the distance. It's great. You know, what'd be more great is if they had my bags ready. Oh, look, there they are. I'm a little confused about where GSX sends its ground vehicles from. I did an edit of my local airport and it did not work out for me. I have vehicles spawning in the center of my parking spot now. And obviously that's not a good thing if you have vehicles just spawning in the center. There's my bag showing up right there. Just waiting for those. I'm sure GSX won't take all that long to get them loaded. And then we can prepare for pushback and departure, and we will get out of here. I thought I had what was going to show the loot on the screen there, but I see that it's not up there. I put it in there, but it's not showing up for some reason. That's kind of annoying when stuff doesn't work like that. But I will figure it out for the next one, and yeah, we'll just go from there, I guess. I'll see if I can maybe manually put it in here while we're waiting for GSX to do its deal. I love that lovely OBS studio thing that pops up when you're trying to do a browser source. I should already have it in there, but it's not working. There we go, GSX is loading all the red and blue bags. I cannot imagine picking up my red bag at RDU when GSX unloads them, and there is 10 million red bags. Looks like they're almost done. We'll jump in the cockpit here, and we're gonna go with APU on here. So we'll turn that to start, hit it on run, wait for this thing to fire up. We'll check it down here in a second. You know what? I missed the fuel. We'll need the right aft fuel pump on for that as well. We also need to turn left hydraulic pump on, right hydraulic pump on, hydraulic pump, or auxiliary hydraulic pump, and hydraulic trans on. So we're going to go over to the overhead here and turn all those on. Those are all, oops, missed them. Right up here, we already have the left and right pump on. So we're going to turn the trans and the auxiliary hydraulic pumps on. Got those on. We can turn all the fuel pumps on. I'll do that a little bit closer to push back here. GSX says boarding is completed. We are going to go ahead and slam these doors shut here. Main door coming shut. Front cargo door shut, coming closed, and aft cargo door coming shut. Do we have APU up? APU is not up yet. I missed the start pump, I think. So we'll try start the APU again. There we go. APU is coming up now. And we're going to go ahead, and while we're sitting here waiting, I'll set the stabilizer trim. There we go. Stabilizer trim is set. We will go ahead and hit up GSX for some. Well, first we're going to operate the jetway. Trim selection, we're going to move the jetway away. Oh wait, we did already. Whoops. We will go ahead and I'll just do the good old-fashioned wait for it when you fuck up. So now we will operate the jetway, undock it. I thought I did that already. Maybe it did it itself. And we will ask GSX to prepare for pushback and departure. We are going to go nose left, tail right on this pushback. And we do not want to start engines. I did not hear any GSX audio for the voices at all there. Good check, but I pretty much have heard that enough. Oh, there they are.
We are ready for pushback. Locking gear.
Alright. We will go ahead, turn that on there. External gens off. We will turn APU air on. Let's go in here. We will remove GPU. Remove air power. Remove wheel chocks and cones. We're going to be set to push back here. Just go through here quick, double check everything. Got APU up. APU is on gen. Go ahead and throw the beacon light on here.
Departure check completed. Live has been inserted.
And all the fuel pumps on with fuel in the tanks. We just have fuel in the wing tanks here, so that's all that needs to go on. And we'll go ahead and release the parking brake.
All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Alright, gonna go ahead, start number 2 engine here. And we are waiting for N2 to come up. N2's coming up. We'll wait till about 20% N2. I don't honestly know if that's the N2 number I'm supposed to wait till, but that's what I do. We have 20% N2. We're gonna go ahead and throw fuel to that. We're gonna go ahead and push the air switch here, see where the air is going. Oops, I left the packs on. Packs need to be off to start engines. Okay, we're just waiting for the starter to click off there. Okay, starter clicked off there. We're going to go ahead and throw the ISO valve to open here. We're going to go ahead and start engine number 1. Waiting for about 20% N2. Once again, we will throw the fuel into it. Telling us to turn center fuel pumps on. I don't think we have any fuel in the tank, so I don't exactly want to do that. Okay, there's 20%, throwing the fuel to it. I'm going to go ahead and check the fuel in that tank there. If I remember from the configure tool, we had no fuel in there. Oh, apparently we do have fuel in the tank, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that on as well. There we go. All fuel pumps on, pushing back still. GSX is lining this up here. I'm sure we'll be about done with the push. Both engines stabilized. And we'll go ahead and throw the packs back on here. Get some air. Oh, both engines not stabilized. We still got the starter out on this one. There we go. Starter's in. Throw the packs on here. Isolation valve back to auto. Set the parking brake for GSX so they can unhook. We can get on our way. Alright, we will save some fuel here. We're going off APU air. We're going off with the APU. Oops, wrong way. Off with the APU. There we go. Engines up. Double check the air page. Make sure we got air flowing. Air is flowing from the engines. ISO valve is auto. and we got APU off. Go ahead and turn the engine start pump off as well. Right there. Lost my spot.
Unlocking gear.
GSX unlocking gear, just waiting for that to come.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass main removed.
And we're gonna pull up MSP's document here. This one here. Rotate it, and we're gonna zoom in. Let's say 25 left.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Yeah, 25 right. So just looking at the taxiways here, we are probably gonna take Bravo down to Bravo. Bravo pretty much all the way down, and then we're gonna get on runway 12 right at Alpha 10. After engine start, we got the packs on already. Oh wait, whoops. That was a pushback one, as we already did pushback. So after start, anti-ice is needed. No anti-ice needed today. Packs on, left and right, bleeds to auto, ISO to auto, APU air off. I also set the APU off as well in this stage. I don't know if that's what they actually do, that's what I do. And left engine gen, right engine gen to on. We will double check that, I'm pretty sure they're on already. Yes, left and right gens to on. We'll go ahead and shut the APU off on there. And just since I'm flying this by myself here, no shared cockpit, we'll go ahead and hit the config page. We'll set up for taxi. That's the wrong one. That's this one I need. So we are doing flaps 18, I said. So set flaps. It's 13, we'll go 18 right there. On the spoilers, I got that on my yoke here. Verify stabilizer trim is in the right spot. We got that set already. Verify departure runway, did that already. Verify flaps, did that. Takeoff briefing, we were taking off of runway 12 right via the ATCs given departure. Transponder, we're not using ATC, so I'm not really going to set that. We're going to go ahead and set the taxi light on, and we'll taxi out to the runway here. Should have done a
brakes.
Oh, I got the brakes on. You know, one more thing I'm gonna do here. Should honestly check flight controls, make sure they're all working. Alright, flight control check seems good. We got nothing weird on there. Gonna go ahead and set the parking brake off. I normally cheat by just using my rudder pedals to do that. And we're gonna taxi out to the runway here. MSP is beautiful in this version. Apparently we're taking Alpha down. I thought this was Bravo, but we're taking Alpha. So, got the winter textures on MSP right now. Because it is winter where I am from. So we will hold short here, double check. Alright. Clear to taxi across. I do have a Pro ATC X. I just didn't quite feel like using it tonight. Yeah, so really enjoying P3D here. It's awesome sim. I also have, like I said, FSX. I like that because of the plane that I normally fly, the Airbus series, the Aerosoft Airbuses. So I really like those, but like I said, P3D just is running great. I know Aerosoft, pretty sure I saw that they are working on bringing them to P3D, but obviously they have not yet, so kind of just waiting for that. I'm not gonna mess around with the FS Lab stuff, so. Alright, just passing Alpha 8 here. We're gonna go down to Alpha 10 and then we'll take our turn onto the runway. I really like playing flight sim. The only problem for me is like the flying. Like, I love the flying, but once you get up in the air and you're at cruise, it kind of, you know. So we will be taking off of 1-2 right once again, and I will be kind of self-vectoring myself onto navigation. Alright, up at Alpha 10 here, or Alpha 9. We're going down to Alpha 10. Yeah, so some of the other add-ons I'll be getting, like I said, I want to get more of the flight beam, and I want to get like Rex. I have Rex for FSX, and don't quite know. I have it on Steam Edition. I don't know if I can transfer my license, so we'll go ahead and line up here on the runway. Sorry, kind of all over the place here. Go ahead and do our before takeoff check. We got flaps 18. Spoiler should be armed. Did controls check. Not going to set transponder to TARA. We'll go ahead and set the landing lights on. Alright, I have voice bot for some of this stuff, so let me double check I set that one. Landing lights.
Landing lights.
Alright, there we go. Voice bot is good for some of this stuff. Let's double check what else we gotta set on. Gotta set the high intensity lights. And it also says to turn these two off here. So turn those two off. And then let the flight attendants know. I'm not gonna go up and hit the button because I just got back in my view. So here we are, guys. We are good for takeoff. Honestly, I should have set voice bot up for to do the gear, but my voice bot profile is work in progress. So here we go on the takeoff roll. Oh man, my it's like my rudder pedals are way too sensitive or something. try and make a small adjustment, and it just kind of goes all over. $80 knots. There's V1. Rotate. Okay, we got positive rate. We're gonna go with the gear up. And we will hit the autopilot button there. There we go.
Stabilizer motion.
And we'll bring the flaps up one. We're gonna set heading over here. Try and get close to the chorus. Like I said, I'm just gonna end up kind of vectoring myself close to the chorus. I want to zoom out just a little bit. Oh, that's in.
Stabilizer motion.
The increase and decrease range, I don't know, kind of seem to get a little bit confusing for me sometimes, but we got it.
Stabilizer motion.
That stabilizer motion warning is very loud. Alright, we got the airplane fully cleaned up. The airplane should be speeding up here. Try and compensate for having no flaps. Yeah, the way the autopilot here works with the push-pull stuff just reminds me of Airbus, and it's, I don't know, makes a lot of sense to me. So, like I said, I'm using VoiceBot for some of the things on this airplane, but the problem is VoiceBot does not have VoiceBot does not have a joystick configurable push to talk, or push to listen, I should say, button. So what I did was I used FSUIPC. I used my SciTech yoke I have, and I had FSUIPC send a keyboard command that then I sent to VoiceBot to control the button that I used to listen. So I still do not know why the route is not showing up.
Altitude.
Oh, should set my altitude higher. Forgot about that. We're coming up. That's a good reminder, though, for me to do my things I need to do at 10,000 feet. Once again, I have a VoiceBot thing set up for this, so we'll set the altitude. I think I said 120, but we'll check in a second. Lighting lights off. Lights off. I had to remember what my thing was for that. So we got the lights off here, coming across 10,000. We will go ahead and do our other things we need to do at 10,000 feet. Turn the page here, and we will also need to shut the logo off at 10,000. So we got logo off as well. I think that was what that did. Yeah, got logo off. We'll shut. See, the confusing part to me is that it tells me to shut the ground floodlights off at above 18,000, but it also said to shut them off on takeoff. So I shut them off on takeoff. I don't turn them back on until 18,000 when I am descending. So we should double check this, make sure I'm not going to fly over my nav point I'm trying to hit here. I can disarm the spoilers as well. I set altitude to 350. I'm going to change that in there. 320. And in just a second here, we'll be clicking on the nav. Yeah, I'm pulling these, I'm messing in OBS at the moment as well. I just cannot get, clicking over to nav here. There we go. I cannot get it to show my progress on this one. So I'll be probably looking at that while I'm flying on nav mode here. I know we should have pulled that to standard. I didn't, but okay, I don't know if you guys have this problem as well, but when I pull that to standard, it does not change anything on my displays or anything. If you guys have any ideas about that, just let me know, please. So there's a couple of apps, different apps I use for getting my data. I'm using Bean Overlay right now, and haven't really used it a lot, but it looks a lot nicer than what I was using before. I was using Fly Live, and then I made my own kind of stuff with it. Bean Overlay just, I don't know, looks a lot nicer. So I'm actually just kind of, I'm looking at that right now just to see why, or if I can figure out why it's not working. And just seeing what the latest update of it was. So climbing up to our cruise level here, we are doing about 310 at the moment. Airspeed or so. Just getting up to cruise here, coming across 21.9, 219 flight level. not 219. Yeah, 219, excuse me. Man, all I can think about is the food I have in my fridge right now. It sounds so good. We are probably going to have a winter storm, so I should go to get some beer as well, so I can be stormed in with beer. Because what's better than being stormed in with beer, right? Yeah, so just going up to cruise here, and live streaming this. I will probably honestly just leave it up as a video as well. I know I will leave it up as a video, but I might cut out the center and more just do approach and or departure and approach, because let's be honest, those are the only parts people care about. I really like RDU as well. That's a very good scenery. Just to be honest, the development of flight sim. I took a flight sim class, or a flight class, aviation class, I should say. Excuse me, aviation class in high school, but it was mostly simulator based. That was back on the old 2009, Flight Sim 2009, so that was a long time ago, and that had a lot left to be desired. So now we have stuff like Prepared 3D. We have Aerofly, which I want to honestly play that more, and I want to film it and stream it more, but the problem with that is I don't, what am I trying to say? I don't have, I'm trying to figure out how to get it to stream well with my Oculus Rift VR. So, there's that I'm working on. should double check. I think I put it in here. Make sure I have my ILS approach chart on here for RDU. Yes, I do. ILS 5 left approach chart. There we go, right there. I really like this tablet, like I said, probably a million times. And we not only get one, we get two! We could use his tablet too if we want. I need to get a friend that has this plane. Actually, okay. I need to get a friend that has prepared 3D, this plane, and the scenery so we can do some shared cockpit stuff. If any of you guys have this stuff and you want to be my friend, just be my friend. Come play. I'll do shared cockpit with you.
Altitude.
Alright, coming up to our cruise altitude, finally. I'm gonna zoom out of this here. Alright, there we are. We've got like 100 or so feet left to cruise. It's leveling out. And we are going to level off here, bring our speed down to Mach 0.77 some, looks like. So we'll go ahead and we will turn off these passenger signs. Let them be free and wild. I'm gonna turn the dome light off as well. That's kind of annoying. Plus, let's be honest, looks a hell of a lot better like this. That looks badass. I honestly should be taking a picture of it. So we'll see if this messes anything up here. That's a new picture that's going to be going on somewhere, honestly. I don't know. We'll see where I put it. You guys will see where I put it. Oh, I was looking for where I've been saving my screenshots earlier, and I went to go save this one, and I just found it. Found where I've been saving them. I was going to throw them in the little pre-show folder I have so you guys could see them. Because most of those in there are, they're still from, what am I trying to say? They're still from FSX. I haven't had a lot of prepared ones yet. So. Should honestly be throwing some music or something on here. It gets a little quiet just listening to the jet engine. I could be working on other stuff like VoiceBot, but setting up FSUIPC stuff while you're flying, probably not the best idea. So I'll just be waiting on that. Trying to figure out why I can't get this overlay to work right. It says I might need to run it as administrator. So I am going to be closing that. You guys might be losing your sources here. Or sources, you might be losing that. So run this as admin. I know we got some things working here, but the wind doesn't quite want to work either. I really hate when stuff doesn't want to work right. Oh, hey. There we go. You know, I might have figured out the problem. This again. Oh, I'm going to make a new browser source, so we'll have that popping up on the screen again before I can remove it quick. might have just figured out my problem here. Just went back and rewatched, looked up more information. We'll see. Let's see what this does. There we go. Now I got it. Now we'll just fix that around so it looks good on stream. I'm gonna move these widgets down to the bottom here, and I'm gonna put the progress up on top. And that doesn't look great at all. Just trying to figure out something that looks kind of nice. Let's see how that looks once I get it all lined up. Kind of. I really don't like how this one is up too far. Well, we'll leave that right like that for now. We have the info in there. I realize I have the wrong. Oh no, excuse me. I do have the right route in there. So, like I said, we are going from KMSP to KRDU. We are AirTran 3561, currently cruising above at flight level 320, stable at that. Not over halfway through the flight yet. We are expected to arrive around 0422 Zulu time. Distance to go is about 638 miles still, nautical miles. Current cruise speed right now is Mach 7.71. Pretty much just hands off from me at the moment. Fix my overlay, like I said, finally. That was bothering me. We're going to go ahead and check the fuel in this center tank, see if we need to shut that off. Fuel in the center tank is still good for now. But soon it's getting down there. That's beautiful down there. Put my iPad away. No, I've never even messed with the map light, floor light, and stuff like that. always get lost when I fly, to be honest with you guys. So, I'm going to step away. I'm going to grab something to drink, something to eat, and kind of just let this thing fly. I'll find a better view. Custom cameras. Aircraft cameras. There's that one. That one doesn't look that cool. That one also doesn't look that cool. And I will be back in just a little bit, guys. What is up, guys? I am back in the cockpit here. Still cruising here. Flight level 320. Cruising at Mach 7 .7, not Mach 7. Cruising at Mach 0.771. We have about 300 some nautical miles left to go. I don't know why that says flight level 25. Alright, that is what my flight level is going to be. I'm going to change that in here. And we will keep the same flight level we are at now, 320. There we go. That will be updated now. So we are about 145 from our next waypoint. 145 nautical miles from our next waypoint. Right after that next waypoint, we got our top of descent coming up soon after that. And then, yeah, we'll be coming into RDU. It's a little bit of a long haul flight, or not long haul flight per se is what the sim guys call long haul flights. So I just mean when you're flying without ATC or anything, not flying on that sim or something like that, then there's not as much to do. But I don't feel like I am to the point where I should be flying on that sim yet, because I'm doing this for fun. Flight sim is fun for me, and I don't want to get on VAT sim and then be getting in the way of other people. So as of right now, I will be using just this or Pro ATC X. So I want to do, like I said, live videos like this, and I want to do, well, I guess I haven't said that yet. I want to do live videos like this. But I also want to do more cinematic videos that'll just be shorter. You know, kind of just cut into the main parts of the flight. Gonna be probably filming one tomorrow, hopefully, and have that up soon. Some of the other things that might end up on the channel here are going to be like I do iRacing, do some league stuff there. So that'll probably end up on here. And just some of the other games I play, you know, I play PUBG and stuff like that too, so I don't exactly know what I'm going to be putting up here yet, but I just know I used to do some sort of vlog stuff before, and I had missed making videos, so I want to get back to making some sort of videos at least. And I've really been enjoying playing Flight Sim, so why not do the two together? I always loved watching people play Flight Sim. Yeah, so some of the other add-ons I got for planes, I have the Dash 8, which honestly, I've flown that in Aerofly, but I haven't flown that in B3D. And I have the PMDG 737 with FS to crew. Now let me talk, like, this crew, or this plane here that I'm flying now, it gets busy because I'm flying it by myself. FS to crew gets busy because there's a lot of things to do with the 737. But I love that. It's, you know, you combine FS to crew and that awesome PMDG 737, and it's awesome. I couldn't think of two better things together. But I didn't feel like I should be blubbering around trying to learn new aircraft while I was flying on a video. So I picked this airplane fly tonight. So I want to start doing more FS to crew videos, and that I'm going to do some FS to crew playing tomorrow, just probably offline, work on getting my flows down in that some. I also want to do some Dash 8 videos. I personally have never been on a Dash 8 before, but I just think they're cool planes, honestly. So I want to get, I think it would be really fun to take a Dash 8 from Denver or something into or Aspen or whatever it is. I think I think Aerosoft has Aspen expanded or something like that. I think it'd be really fun to take the Dash 8 up there. I could honestly, maybe I'd need to check like runway length and stuff, but maybe do it in this plane too. But it's nice to always change it up a little bit. So, kind of just trying to decide where I want to go after this flight as far as with this plane. I'm gonna try and like do a series in quotation marks where I fly the plane somewhere and then fly it from that place to the next place. So this one is gonna be episode 1, I guess, in a sort of way. So we're flying from MSP to RDU. I don't have too much scenery on this side of the country. Have some freeware stuff, but I honestly don't have too much scenery. Oh, excuse me, hit my mic button there. I don't have too much scenery over on this side. I got, like I said, RDU. I have SFB from FX scenery. Actually, speaking of FS scenery, I talked to that guy. I work at one of the airports that he's done, and I just said, hey, I work at this airport you've done, and I noticed that some of these things are wrong. Are you okay with me editing it? And guy's super nice. Got back to me the next day. Well, actually it was middle of the night because he's from Costa Rica, I found out, or something like that. Got back to me in the middle of the night. He's like, oh yeah, sure. You know, thank you for pointing that out to me. I just went off Google Images I got, which, you know, who knows. I went on Google Maps just to see when, or like what the image was currently, and I've worked at this airport all summer and through the winter, and it hadn't been done in a while. They were doing some construction that I hadn't seen done, so it had been a little bit. But yeah, I just mentioned a couple things, and he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead and fix it. So I fixed a couple things, and like I mentioned early in the video, I somehow messed up GSX. I need to fix GSX at that airport because stuff just spawns in the middle. So if any of you guys know anything about ADE, Airport Design Editor, and how ADE works with GSX, then that would be a big help. So, yeah, kind of debating on if I'm going to go just go from RDU to SFB since I have a payware version of SFB, or if I'm just going to go to somewhere that's stock scenery. I don't exactly want to go somewhere with stock scenery, but I will if I have to. I also kind of considered going back towards Denver, but going back towards Denver is a pretty long flight. Not that I don't mind long flights. Like I said, I could do the more cinematic sort of view for that, but we'll see what I do. It's all up in the air here. Ah, yeah, I honestly did not even mean to do that. I'm kind of disappointed I did that. So, yeah, since I've been streaming, we're about 2 hours, 13 minutes into the stream. Pretty long. don't expect anyone to honestly watch all this, but when it goes to a video, I will try and timestamp the important parts, so you guys could skip around. Yeah, like I said, if you guys, I don't have a lot of payware scenery. Recommend prepared for add-ons I could get. Recommends sceneries, airplanes that are fun to fly. Recommend just add-ons in general. I am a person that likes add-ons. That is my downfall. I love to try add-ons. I was trying Alvisoft EFB. I really love that. I've tried Professional Flight Planner. I honestly liked Professional Flight Planner and still like it, but it's a little confusing to me sometimes because of the way, like, I just felt like I couldn't select things how I wanted to. Pro ATC X I liked better than Professional Flight Planner a little bit. It just seemed like I could select things a lot better. And then it has ATC, obviously, which is pretty cool. And then you can, it'll give you your ATC stars and SIDS, etc., like stuff like that. But yeah, so I've tried those. I want to get weather add-ons, obviously, and the immersion packages. Chase plane is another one that's on my list. That way, when I'm doing flights like this and I step away for a second, I can set up chase plane to do some nice cinematics. So instead of just having one thing up on the screen. Just looking at my phone right now, Google is telling me to expect snow. And let me tell you guys, if we get snow, it is gonna suck. Because as of right now, we are having a thunderstorm in the middle of March. I live in central North Dakota, so having a thunderstorm in March is weird enough, but then it's supposed to be followed by a blizzard. If it's followed by a blizzard, that's gonna suck. But I'm off the next couple days. So if that happens, I will hopefully be staying inside and filming. We have 90% chance of snow tomorrow. Actually, it says 100% chance. That's not going to be very fun. We'll see how the airport does tomorrow, and if I get called in to help with all the madness that could ensue. You know, just people not making it. And I live, and a lot of my coworkers, unfortunately, supervisors, bosses, know that I live close. And I live by the emergency snow routes, so I can be one of the people that can come in. But, you know, it's also my scheduled day off, so with the job that I do, we're supposed to be guaranteed our scheduled days off. So we're coming up to just under 200 nautical miles left. We are passing, I think PKW is what that says. Yeah, we're coming up to our BKW waypoint here. Right after BKW we go to ROA. I know I'm not using phonetic alphabet, I don't really care. So we're about 20 miles, if I think that's right. I think it should be 40 out here, 20 in here. Coming up to 20 miles to that. Or is that 10? And our top of descent is right after that, yeah. We're coming up to our top of descent, guys, so we will honestly have not even flipped a page on this checklist for a bit. You know, I did the cruise. Now we do descent. And yeah, to be honest, I probably should have had anti-ice on in the departure, but I didn't. I noticed that my outside air temp on the video says minus 48. I don't know if that's actually correct, but that's what it says. So there's that. I'm gonna go over to flight away here. I'm gonna pull up my approach chart. Bring it over to the airplane with me. I don't think I did yet. Not that I need it. Well, I don't honestly really need it, because let's be fair, the plane will do it for me, but I'm gonna do it. I don't know if PDFs work in the PFID, PFDI. What am I trying to say? Tablet. I'm gonna try this as a PDF and see what it does, because I haven't done that yet. I watched someone on YouTube when I learned how to do it. He said he never got it to work, but we'll see what this does. So, got my tablet out of here. Go to Documents, go to RDU. Yeah, that's what he said it did to him. So I'll delete that, and I'm gonna save it as a picture quick. Oh, put me on an RNAV star, I realized. Don't know if that is a problem, because I'm planning on landing ILS 05. But, you will see. We're just gonna stay on it. So, what is the name of this star here? There we go. And let's see if there's anything important. I'm just gonna do the first page in here. So we got our, I just dropped that in on my documents. We got our approach here. We'll bring that in. We'll rotate it. Just make it easy. So, like I said, we are coming from ROA. Oh, got that up there. I didn't bring the second half of this in there. I just brought that first page. I have the second part up on my other screen right now, but I didn't want to take the time to do another one, which it's just me being lazy. So we are not too far from TOD here. Go ahead and get all this jazz going here. Just going over my sign, or my, not sign, my checklist here. I was reading that. We're gonna go on with the seatbelt signs here. So there we go, seatbelt signs on, no smoking signs on still. Double check the arrival data. We're gonna go. Got our minimums in there, all that jazz. We got our VRAP and our VREF in there. Check our go around data. But you know what? You know what the great part is? We're not gonna end up doing a go around. So there's that. I'm gonna go back to flight plan over here. And we are going to go ahead and double check this. We're going to go ahead and see, well, you know what, to be fair, I think it does that. So let's see, ILS 5. It wants us at 2,100. Up glide slope there. I'm always confused if I set it to this one or this one. I'm gonna go ahead and set it 2,100, and we'll be going down to that. Let's go ahead and grab our star chart in, or chart in. I flipped it too many times. There we go. Top of descent's coming up here. I'm gonna go ahead and dial this in. And I'll probably get started on descent just a little bit early. So we are going to go anti-ice protection on. Don't quite know if I need to. Let's check the outside air temp in here. In here, not in here, out there. It's at minus 48 right now. We will go anti-ice protection on for this descent. So I'm going to go up to the overhead here. Go over to the anti-ice panel. We're going gonna go windshield anti-ice on. Forgot to turn that on for takeoff. We're gonna go wing, tail, do engines as well. Go back to virtual cockpit, and we're coming into our top of descent soon. Wish I had a pen nearby. It'd be nice to write down when my top of descent is so I could do it later. I do. So coming up to waypoint ROA. Honestly, I don't know if it's waypoint or what. Waypoint in the flight plan, I'll say. We'll make that little turn. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start descending. Go, descent started. And we are about 100 nautical miles out. Estimated time of arrival is 4:04:25 Zulu. Should be in there and deboarded by about should be about 5:30 before we get everything shut down, or not 5:30, excuse me, 5 o'clock hopefully before we get everything shut down, done for the night. Ended up being a later flight out of MSP than what I wanted, but I wanted to fly in the night because I don't quite fly in the nighttime enough. And prepared 3D looks amazing. Looks amazing anyways. I installed Free Mesh USA for this, and looks great. Hasn't impacted performance too much. I love that people in the community are smart enough and well enough to do free things like that. So thank you to the Free Mesh creators. I want to install the rest of Free Mesh, but I don't quite fly overseas that often, so. Alright, our next big thing that we're coming to is at 18,000 feet. We will go ahead and turn on ground floodlights. Anything below 18,000 feet will turn on ground floodlights. And we will also turn on the... Oh no, never mind. 18,000 feet. Light level 180. Is our next big thing. Is something we have to do. I noticed that it's pretty cool that the widget for altitude is the airplane actually moves up and down on there. So that's interesting and cool. we're crossing, getting close to crossing flight level 200. Sure that's, yeah. Oh, actually, it gets hard to read sometimes. I have 3 screens. I'm using one for OBS. I'm using one to monitor stream. So sometimes I have to zoom into things and I read it wrong. We are coming across flight level 228 right now for 8,000, but the MCDU will kick in and bring in some altitudes before that. I'm sure. Yeah. Most definitely have some other altitudes to follow there. Most of them are minus, so I'm guessing that means below. So as long as we're below those, we'll be good. Which we most definitely will be, since I started my top of descent early. About 70 nautical miles out now. ETA is still about so around that 4:30 mark. We're getting ready to cross flight level 200 here. And we should be right on track to be below flight level 170 this next waypoint flight plan. So below 18 or flight level 180, I will be turning on ground floodlights out, and that's all I have to do right at that one. No approach briefing, nothing out of the ordinary, no weather that I set up. So clear skies right into RDU. Going to Raleigh tonight. We're gonna go to overhead. I don't know why I waited so long to do that. I got to thinking about something, and yeah, there you go. Below that, so we'll go on with the ground floodlights. I'm also gonna turn the, oh no, the logo's at 10,000. What the logo is now. Alright. So like I said, I've been working with VoiceBot. I have some VoiceBot things to help make it a little easier. So we'll just, you know, we'll just be waiting for flight level 100. I honestly should be, you know, adjusting this from standard soon, but that, like I said, that doesn't work. I haven't had it work, so I'm just gonna leave it. I didn't look up the barometric pressure or arrival. I'm sure it's on the sim brief chart somewhere. I honestly just kind of got better at reading the sim brief charts, but like I said, they do this for fun. Even though even though I do it for fun, I try and do as well as I can. But, yeah. Oh well, you know. Oh, Just over 5,000 feet until we'll be turning on landing lights. Yeah, I'll be working with VoiceBot more, like I said. What I really didn't like so far, and I had used VoiceBot for like iRacing and stuff in the past, but what I didn't like so far was that it says I can only use the macros in one like voice command. So like I had set up in this, I had set up to have APU on, okay, and with the IDs that TFID gave me for setting it up in FSU IPC, I needed to use some of the same key commands to turn the APU off. So I tried to do that and it said, hey, you can't because you had already used these commands, which doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like if I'm setting up my voice profile, I should be able to use as many commands as I want, or use those commands, and as many different voice commands as I want. So if you guys know of anything about VoiceBot, I know I should probably just switch to Voice Attack, but I bought VoiceBot. So I'm sticking with that for now. I'm gonna do some more research on that tonight, see what I can figure out, and I'll be spending more time sitting at an airport talking to my computer, wondering where my life went wrong. Just kidding, my life didn't go wrong. It's honestly, I love doing stuff like that, and it's gonna be nice once I have it, because I've been I make it so that after VoiceBot does something, it talks back to me, so it kind of gives that sort of co-pilot sort of feel, even though he's not helping at all, really. Well, he is helping, because I don't have any switch panels or anything like that. I just use what's on my side tech. So we're about 30 nautical miles away now. Looks like the plane is powering up just a little bit here. Adjusting its pitch or something. You probably hit that 8,000 feet right there. Looks like we picked up runway already. It is alive. We don't have glide slope alive yet, but we're pretty far out still. Oh, we need to add some drag. We got to get these landing lights on too. We'll go ahead and use VoiceBot for that. Landing lights on, please. Landing lights on. Yeah, apparently VoiceBot does not want to work. Oh, that's because it's saying they're on command. Landing lights. Landing lights.
Landing lights.
There we go. Finally. And we need to go back on with the logo as well. There we go. Landing lights on. Logo's on. Yeah, when I was doing my flight plan, this part kind of confused me, but I'm pretty sure what it is I'm going to be swinging around the airport, coming into land, and then this is my, I'll throw some more speed brake into it, get the speed down here. This will be my go-around, which I'm not going to need to use. Alright, we're we're getting the speed down here, we're gonna throw slats into it. Speed's coming down even more, we're gonna throw stage 1 flaps.
Speed brake.
It's telling me speed brake, but that's fine, I needed to get the speed down, so. We are at flaps 13. Doing about 210. Coming over the city of Raleigh. There's the airport right in front of us. We're going to be making a right turn here. Yeah, if any of you guys fly the 717 and also own VoiceBot, I'd collaborate with you guys if you guys want to work on that together. I just want to get something that we can all use and love together. So that's what it is. That's what's great about the community. So we're 15 nautical miles out. I say that's what's great about the community, but to be honest, I haven't spent that much time in the community. I spent time in other communities, gaming communities, and I just know when everyone works together and wants to have a project go well, that's what makes it great for everyone. So okay, like I said, we're going to be doing ILS 05, right? I'm pretty sure. I shouldn't be saying I'm pretty sure at this point when I'm coming in on approach, to be fair. But 05.
Altitude.
Coming up to our 8,000 foot altitude, we're taking that right turn right now. Zero 05 left, excuse me, people. And this just looks nice with all these lights and everything like that. All the lights in the airport. Honestly, I know I bought this airport, but I don't remember who made it. I think it's Latin Sim, but I'd have to go on my sim market and see. Yeah, we're definitely taking kind of a weird turn there. I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm just gonna let it fly its course. That'll give me time to get set up. I look at that way more than I should. I should honestly just remember my speeds, but I don't. I can't remember if it's 18 or the next flap setting after that has a gear warning. But I'm going to go down one more stage of flaps. We'll see. Yeah, okay. So 18 doesn't have the gear warning, or the, yeah. It's pretty much telling me, hey, put your gear down. You're supposed to be landing. 6 nautical miles to the airport here. We'll be flying this last little bit here and then touching down. There is Raleigh Airport. Raleigh, Durham, I think. RDU. I'm just going to say RDU. I don't want to butcher it and have people mad at me. Looking nice with them lights. Looking nice with all the city lights around Raleigh. Honestly, like, I think one of the next ones I should get is Chicago. Or like LAX. I love flying into these towns, big towns that have like nice scenery. And just like seeing that. It's very cool. I did pick up glide slope there, but I know I'm high, obviously, from what my approach charts say, or from what my ILS 5 life chart says. there's the localizer, frequency, and all that stuff. But kind of like I said, for me liking to do the Airbus, that this plane, the runway, it enters it for you, I guess. Yeah, so I guess I did technically set, I should have just looked in here earlier. I did set it to the lowest, I guess, on my plan. So this would be what it would be, because it will follow it down to this. Then once I get to this, approach mode will take over. So I'll just be coming around, and I'll be putting the gear down here soon. Just gonna wait until I come back around, probably right around this waypoint. I'll be putting the gear down, working the flaps out the rest of the way. It's back to config. You can see here the as I'm flying away, the glide slope is coming up, and we're going to end up back on this side. We'll have the glide slope actually above us for us to intercept it.
Speed brake.
So we need more speed brake. We're going to go ahead and drop the gear, get some more drag in it.
Speed brake.
Oh, hit the wrong button.
Speed brake.
There it is.
Speed
And
brake.
we're going to go ahead and do another stage of flaps.
Speed brake. Speed brake.
Just dropping
Speed
that.
brake.
We're going to put the speed brake down, let the gear take care of the rest of the speed for us. I was going to wait to do the gear.
Speed brake. Speed brake. Speed brake.
That is so loud.
Speed brake. Speed brake. Stabilizer motion.
And then there's the other loud sound. To be fair, I didn't do an audio check before.
Stabilizer motion.
Probably should have done audio check, but I didn't. Right, we are at flaps 2.5 right now.
Stabilizer motion.
We are getting lined back up with a nav here. I could have just flown this manually, but I didn't, because I didn't want to. Going down another stage of flaps. We are flaps full right now. Landing gear down, landing lights on. We will wait till we get lined up with the runway a little bit more, and then we will go with the approach mode on. And I was just reading the checklist here that they give you, and I realized I might have my reverser is not set to be able to do max reversed, but it would obviously help. But it is okay. We will get this bird on the ground, and we will get it slowed down. Okay, lining up with the runway here. Double check everything. Landing lights on, seatbelt signs on, ground floodlights on, logo is on.
Altitude.
We are coming down to our altitude here. Let's go ahead and arm approach mode. There we go. We got green lights on. We got localizer, glide slope captured. Auto land is on. Just gonna watch, make sure that it actually follows the glide slope as close as it, well, not as close as it can, because let's be honest, auto land is a lot better than I am. Man, just probably looks so nice. Got the cars on the highway there coming over this neighborhood right now. Alright, there we go. We are on auto land. Two white, two red there.
One thousand.
There we go, coming in perfectly here as always with ILS and auto land. We are probably gonna wait till about 400 or 500, click off the autopilot and bring it in the rest of the way.
$500. 400.
This is 400. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer.
Autopilot.
Autopilot's off. Mostly just maintaining at this point.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Oh, damn it. Oh, we're definitely going long landing here. There we go, doing some manual braking to help just a little bit. Yeah, definitely messed that landing up. It was coming in good, and I started to flare, and it, flared too much. But we are down even though we went long landing. Sometimes when my,
Stabilizer.
sometimes when I do my reversers, I forget I have to just bump them forward a little bit to, get it. After landing.
After landing checklist complete. Do you want to start the APU?
Start power unit.
Starting APU.
There we go, that's what I said about voice bot being nice for some things. I have that set up to shut landing lights off, do all that sort of stuff, so we're going to go ahead and get a parking spot here from GSX. I don't want a C position. I wanted an A position. We're gonna go to Alpha 6 today, and we're gonna not request to follow me because Alpha 6 isn't that far away. Handling is gonna be by Southwest today, apparently.
Stabilizer.
So APU's up. We're just gonna. I've flown in and out of this airport a few times, so I'm just gonna taxi my way over there. I know I have one set for APU error. Just want to be sure that APU error switch got turned on as well. It did not. I'll do that manually. I'm pretty sure I set it. It says in the manual that it takes like 2 minutes for APU error to come up. I'm pretty sure that I hadn't reached the 2-minute mark, but I just did it myself. I could probably honestly just set it to do it right away and have APU error as soon as the APU fires up. So, well, here we are, guys. Welcome to Raleigh. Landing wasn't anything to write home to mom about, but as I fly more, my landings will get better, obviously. So, want to be sure I did a nice flare, and it just I made a mistake. Probably should have gone around, but came down okay. I need to shut my anti-ice off as well. To make a voice attack with that. Not voice attack, voice bot. Probably shouldn't be taxiing and doing that, but I did. Alright, here we are. Here's the terminal. I have traffic off right now, honestly. So, and we need to find Alpha 4. Is that it right there? I'm gonna jump outside the cockpit and take a look here. I might have picked the wrong spot where I thought I was at. Huh. I didn't know you could leave skid marks. See if I can change my parking spot. Which I know I can, but I'm gonna do that here. I don't know why it keeps doing that. That's not what I'm wanting. There's what I want. Charlie 8. We're not going to request following. Now we have Delta handling us. Thanks, Delta. They should be on site. I can go back outside. It's kind of hard to see. So there's 11. 9A 7. Yeah, there is no 8 on this side. Well, I might just end up self-parking this and not using GSX. We will go ahead and use voice bot again here. Lights off. Oh, this is going to be a very good parking, I know that. Oh, there we go. We'll call that good. I don't know why I didn't turn the lights off. Lights off. Lights off. There we go. I gotta set it to shut off, do the ground lights there. It's gonna tell me I did a bad parking because, you know what, I didn't park in the right spot. So, anyways, there we are, guys. We are in Raleigh. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the motor engines here. So, thanks for watching this, if anyone actually watched it. And I will be back again sometime.